Hi, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, you have my April unboxings. Technically, this is last week and a half of March and first 3 weeks of April. That's just how the unboxings are falling now, but I am starting this on the 20th of March. I had to wrap up March's unboxings a little early because I still didn't have my Illumicrate from March and my adult book only from FairyLoot. And speaking of which, we are starting with the undecorated Illumicrate box. I am excited about this book because the design looks amazing. This is one of the books that I goofed on myself and did some pre-orders for my Buzzwordathon. And it turned out that both of the pre-orders that I did were in book boxes. And I'm gonna end up unhauling both of the pre-orders because the book box editions are amazing for both of these. So what I have done, I've found a website, a blog that goes through a lot of the different spoilers and stuff that comes to hopefully keep myself from doing that again. Now here's what I don't understand. The book is shrink wrapped, but it's got the crinklies on top. Like why? What do those crinklies do? Anyway, not a fan of the crinkles, but I've heard really good things about this box. I'm going to take the plastic wrap off of it. And under the plastic wrap, you do have the Dear Reader letter, which is printed on both sides. Interesting. So the book is Song of Silver, Flame Like Night. So we've got this, we've got solid two tones to the sprayed edges, and then they get me every time with that. So I'm going to take the dust jacket off. There's no art on the back of the dust jacket, but on the book itself, oh, just look at that. That is amazing. We've got cover art with the signature and the same image on the back. Of any book to start out this month's unboxing, this is a good one. Of course, the FairyLoot one would also be a good one, but who knows when I'll get that. Okay, the time has come, but before I get to that, I just want to show off my new shirt here. I have no shelf control. Yes, that is quite true, and you'll see that, or you saw that in my haul video last week. Yeah, anyway, moving on. Finally, my adult FairyLoot has arrived, my very first. It actually came yesterday at the time of filming, but I had left before the mail came. So I'm opening it today. And we have peanuts. So we have a card. Obviously I know what book it is. If I didn't, that design right there gives it away. I'm so excited about this edition. I've got the bag. Hopefully it's right side up. Let me see if there's any other papers or anything in here. Okay. Oh, it's upside down. All right, here we go. Oh my word, this is so cool. Look at that. And then we've got these edges. Oh, that is gorgeous. That is so pretty. And then, okay, we've got a signature here. And then we have these end pages. Now, I'm going to take the, actually, let's see. Yes, I'm going to take the dust jacket off first. Camera does not do these end pages well, but look at this naked hardcover. So gorgeous. And then there are foiled end pages with maps. Like, can you see the shiny there? I'm guessing that's Amina. And on this side, we have a cat of some sort, which I think it'll be revealed how that plays into it. Okay, this is definitely worth the wait. This book is absolutely gorgeous. I cannot wait to read this. Okay, so I'm back with the next unboxing, and it's another new unboxing. I'm not sure if I'll keep it or not, but we shall see. It is Aardvark Book Club. Now, I first saw it advertised on a few different booktubers channels, sponsored videos, and I wasn't necessarily into the books that they had on offer, but I was going to Instagram like last week sometime and saw an offer that they had to get the first book for $4. So I did that, and then I got some add-ons because I'm me. We have, I think, inside the box. The first few months, I wasn't necessarily super into the book choices that they had, but they've started to branch out on their genres. They are a very new box, and we shall see. I'll still give them a shot. I probably won't always get add-ons like I do with Book of the Month, but oh, this is really cool. These are interesting. So these are bookmarks that say, would this book be a better movie or TV show? And then on the back, it has this book belongs to. That would be fun if they were stickers and you could put them in there like that. Then we have, oh, so I have 3 of them because I got 3 books. So we have the Scavenger Hunt Challenge. Interesting. We challenge you to find a book that fits each category. No repeats. Build a stack and then tag us before March 31st. Now, this is the March box, and I'm getting it way late in March, obviously. And it's, what day is it? The 28th. So, 3 lucky entries will win a free credit for the following month. That's pretty cool. So we've got this card here, and the categories are animal on the cover, character's name in the title, your favorite color being the main one on the cover, either a sun or moon on the cover, and a title that starts with the letter A for aardvark. So here are the picks. They do have their own little symbol, this A aardvark thing on each of the books. This is the pick for this month. And I got The Magician's Daughter. It is historical fiction with, I believe, a touch of magical realism. So it's centered on Ireland, yes. Off the coast of Ireland, it's a legendary island hidden by magic. I like that sort of idea, and I've liked, well, I haven't read the second in the duology yet. I may at the time that this video goes up of A River Enchanted. The sequel is A Fire Endless. And that's a similar idea, only off of Scotland. So on the hardcover itself, it's a very interesting feeling texture. They don't have the month or anything, but they do have their little symbol here. I do really like the feel of the cover, but I can't really explain why. There's nothing different on the end pages or the other side. So that is my March pick, and I did get this book for $4. The other 2 backlist picks that I chose, I believe, are both from the very first month. At least I know that this one is, because it was the one used in a lot of the promos. This is called The Night Ship by Jess Kidd. I believe this is historical fiction, and it's a dual timeline. One is in 1629 and the other is in 1989. And I was intrigued by this one because it takes place in Australia. And I have a lot of books that I read that are very Western, very United States centric or Britain. So I'm really intrigued with this. So 1629, a newly orphaned girl named Megan is bound for the Dutch East Indies. Curious and mischievous, she spends the long journey going on misadventures above and below deck, searching for a mythical monster, but the true monsters might be closer than she thinks. So 1989, a lonely boy named Gil, who after the death of his mother is sent to live with his grandfather, a taciturn fisherman, off the coast of Western Australia, among the members of the seasonal fishing community where his late mother once lived. Oh, he's talking about a shipwreck. So he finds evidence of the shipwreck, and maybe the ship that wrecked was the earlier timeline, and it does say based on a real life event. I really do like historical novels that are based on real life events. I'm more interested now than when I purchased it. And then the other one, I'm gonna give it a try. It's not necessarily my favorite, but I have selected several of these, and I did forget to show you the cover of The Night Ship. So we have, again, I think it must be all of their books. It's a very interesting, smooth texture here, and we have their symbol there. I do like how the cover feels. Okay, so back to the other one. It is a Greek myth retelling, and it is Ithaca by Claire North. I'm giving them a shot because they haven't been my favorite necessarily, but I haven't disliked them. I am interested in that. So this is, okay, so 17 years ago, King Odysseus sailed to war with Troy, taking with him every man of fighting age from the Isle of Ithaca. None of them has returned, and the women of Ithaca have been left behind to run the kingdom. So it's talking about Penelope. Oh, this is mainly about Penelope. So again, we have a very similar green color here with their symbol, and I am definitely interested in all of these books. So here are the 3 that I have. Interestingly enough, they don't have any symbols on the spine, so you won't be able to see anything there like you do with Book of the Month. But I'm excited about all of these books. Can't wait to give this subscription a try. Okay, so I am back with another unboxing. I've already opened it a little bit because it's noisy. It's one I'm excited about. Unsure if I should have spent this much money on special editions. But when I was first starting BookTube and I saw Elliot Brooks unbox the Strange the Dreamer duology special edition from LitJoy, this is from LitJoy, I so wanted those that I almost bought them on the secondhand market, but they cost a couple $100 on the secondhand market. Like $300. So when this came up, even though I've read only the first book and haven't read the rest of the series, it's on my series to finish, I snatched it up. Should I have paid this much money for it? I don't know. But the thing about, I'll get into that in a second. So they've got it packaged pretty well. Okay. All right, I'm gonna set the box to the side. Here we go. I'm gonna slide them off. There are 3 books in this set. Oh, it already looks gorgeous. It's a box set. Okay, so we have a spoiler card here. It is the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy by Laini Taylor. I loved that duology. Where is it? Oh, it's not up there. I loved that duology so much that I had to. I had to get it. We got the spoiler card here. Well, it's not so much of a spoiler card because it's just this. There's nothing else besides the books. But I'm going to take the plastic wrap off of it. Hopefully there's not plastic wrap on the individual books because that would be a lot of plastic. Okay, this is gorgeous. First, we're going to look at the slipcase. Oh, that is so pretty. Okay. And then we have the individual books here. And yes, in my most recent haul, which you have already seen, I did buy the other 2 books, I believe. But this is interesting. So you hold this up like this. The first book is over here. So it seems like it's backwards. But let's go ahead and take each of these out. Oh, they're hardcovers without dust jackets. I love that. Oh my word. This is worth it. Look at that art. And the edges are silver gilded. Oh, you've got artwork underneath. These are gorgeous. Okay. It was worth it. And oh, there are internal illustrations. And the thing that sold me, that I really wanted, annotations from Laini Taylor herself. I'm so excited. Okay, I haven't even looked at the next book. So we have book 2, Days of Blood and Starlight. Oh my word. The artwork on here is phenomenal. Silver gilded again. There's so much gorgeous art in here. Sheesh. Looks like just the first book is signed, but we have a map and annotations. I love this. This is so pretty. Okay. And then the last one, and the biggest one, Dreams of Gods and Monsters. This is just phenomenal. And we've got internal artwork. Annotations by Laini Taylor. These are phenomenal. And I'm going to put them in the right way. So when you're looking at the slipcase, you see them from first to third, left to right. And here we go. Back again. This is a gorgeous set. Okay, so I'm back with the next unboxing. I decided to film this clip in front of the TBR shelves because that's where these books will go. I have 2 boxes today. You're getting me fresh after my run because when I arrived home, these hadn't arrived. Normally I try, if they've arrived, to get it in before the run. They came after, so hence the sweaty hair, but you can't tell too much, thankfully. I have my Illumicrate and my adult fairy loot. It's hilarious because the adult fairy loot is on time, but it's only like a week and a half after I got the first one. Okay, so I remember what the adult fairy loot is, but I don't remember what the Illumicrate is. And actually this month, when I've seen other unboxings, I really liked the items in Illumicrate this time. And I'm not as big of a fan of the fairy loot, which is coming in a little bit, but we shall get to that when that one comes. Okay, oh, now I remember. All right, that opened weird. I really wish that they wouldn't bother with the shrink wrap, but I guess it saves them money. This one I'm excited about, but I also know that there's a mild bit of controversy with this retelling, with this story, which is a retelling. But the book itself is gorgeous. I love the colorway. I actually have an ARC of this book and I haven't read it yet, but it's very shiny. Lies We Sing to the Sea. Before I get into showing off more of the book, the issue with this came up when the fact that she's writing an Odyssey retelling, but has never read the Odyssey. Which, okay, just don't make it a retelling. Don't say it's a retelling, say it's inspired by. Then you're good to go. You know, it is what it is. So that's the bit of controversy. So we have this here and here. Really pretty sprayed edges. Oh, I like this under the dust cover art. It is unique on both sides. I like the feel of this. It's smoother. It's not the same texture, but I like it and the foiling on it. I'm not as big of a fan of the feel of the embossing, but I like this and it's right on there. Same on both sides. This is really pretty. And let me figure out remember where I put my Illumicrate books. It's gonna go right up here. So this is the adult fairy loot. I love their design. I definitely don't know as much about this one as The Adventures of Amina El-Sarafi, which you can't see at this point, which is right up there in a place of prominence. I like the fact that they do the bag on it, but we have Rotten Opulence. It's not exactly a spoiler card because there's only one thing in there. I will say these don't feel like normal packing peanuts, and it makes me wonder if they're more environmentally friendly. So we have the bag. Oh, the edges look amazing. Okay, I'm gonna see if this is, yep, it's the right way. So here we go. We have the Foxglove King by Hannah Whitten. She's written another book, or a book series, I think, For the Wolf. But look at these edges. Just gorgeous. Let me look at her bio. See, yes, For the Wolf, For the Throne. I haven't read those. So we have end page art. I definitely prefer using the end pages for the art instead of the dust cover because I never really look at it, except for they do have reverse dust cover art here. Okay. I'm not a big fan of people on my cover, so I won't be turning that around. But again, it's like they communicated. It's the smooth texture of the book, but this is just so pretty. I love all the customizations and the special designs. I just realized that I neglected to say, oh no, I did briefly mention what Lies to the Sea is about. It's an Odysseus retelling centering on the women in Ithaca. I might have to do a little bit of an experiment, maybe a vlog, maybe something where I read Ithaca by Claire North, which I have, where did I put that? Oh, down here. And reading Lives We Sing to the Sea, because they're supposed to be retelling the same story. The Foxglove King, I'm not 100% sure if it'll be the thing for me. I'm not really into fantasy romance, and I know that this is fantasy romance, which is becoming its own genre. The main character, Lore, escaped a cult. Interesting. This is an adult standalone because the main character is 23. And I remember, oh my word, I'm a dingbat. This is the adult only box. Anyway, so she's 23. She's trying to stay away from that cult. And then there's an illicit commodity that's magic involved in here. She works in the city's underbelly. So it's a little bit of urban, but it seems like it's in a fantastical world. But then she's thrust into the court. So it becomes like court politics. And I wonder, I hope this is not Fae. Interesting. She's guarded by Gabriel, a duke turned monk, and continually running up against, interesting, the prince. So looks like there's a bit of a love child here. Lore tangles in politics, religion, and forbidden romance. There we go. The Foxglove King. Okay, I am back with the next unboxing, and it is the last of the March unboxings. Yes, this is going up in April, but international deliveries, they come later. We have Fairy Loot, the YA Fairy Loot, and I have seen all of the items and everything before. Less than impressed, but we shall see if in person it makes more of a difference. So we have the spoiler card, which I'm going to set down here. We have these packing peanuts, and again, they don't feel like normal packing peanuts, so maybe they're biodegradable, but it would be nice if they were, and if they didn't bother having them in here, because they're over everything, and I don't want to make a mess. So the first thing that we're pulling out here is something that's well beloved, but I don't know why. It's cool though. It's this bag here. It is the Corky Cup Collective. I have no idea what the Corky Cup Collective is, but apparently they have produced items for them before. Oh, okay. This is a tarot card pouch. I do not put my tarot cards in a pouch. I put them in that display thing, but this is, it feels really nice and I like the design. So if I were going to actually use the tarot cards, I might keep them in something like this, but I want to display them in that book so that I can look through them. The next thing we have is a Bear and the Nightingale plate. These plates, these dishware, don't seem like something that you can wash easily. They seem like something they'd have to be hand washed because of all the designs and stuff. And I just don't necessarily always find a use for it, but I have seen images of this and it is really pretty. So here is the plate. I'm not sure what about this is specifically Bear and Nightingale. You've got the Nightingale here, but other than that, it just looks like a pretty decorative plate, which means I might get some use out of it. So, okay, so it is microwave and dishwasher safe. So I might use it. I like having plates this size for things. So what I can access next, we've got the book box, we've got something in here, and I'm gonna try to dig the stuff out of the bottom. I really wish that they wouldn't do this. Okay, so we have a sticker sheet. I really like stickers and my planners, but I never keep up with it. But these are really cute. I don't remember what they're inspired by. So sticker sheet is, I think, non-fandom specific. And then we have a metal bookmark, which I have zero intention of keeping. This is a Kingdom of the Wicked inspired bookmark, and I read that book because the third in the series was on the Goodreads Choice Awards list, and then I DNF'd the series. It's a gorgeous metal bookmark, but it has a shirtless man on it that I didn't really like. The quality of the bookmark is really good. The tassel is nice. The artwork, it's well done. I just have zero interest in keeping this. So now comes the book, and it is very short. It's a lot shorter than other books that I have gotten from them. Forgot to show the tarot cards. We've got the 3 of Stars and the 4 of Stars. And they are characters from One Dark Window, which I haven't read yet, but I have heard good things about. And I really do. I like the artwork on this better. Although this does remind me of Adam Driver in Star Wars. But anyway, I'm going to get the stuff out of the bag. We have the Fairy Scoop, which I don't typically read, but next month's theme is Dare to Dream. Pretty sure that's the book is Silver in the Bone by Alexandra Bracken, which I've only read 1 book of hers. I didn't really like it, but I think it was more a story thing. So here we have the character art. Really good. It gives me sort of Roman space type vibes. I don't think that's what it actually is. What the book actually is, I should say. And so I'm going to see. Yeah. Okay. Here we have the book, which is 7 Faceless Saints. I like the color. I don't know if it's picking up the exact color that it is. It's a very muted brown with hints of mauve in there. And you've got the white in there, and you've got stenciled edges on all the sides. That is really pretty. Just realized I didn't take the bookmark out, but I'm not keeping these bookmarks because I have too many. So let me take the dust jacket off. I do like it when they do the designs, and especially when they're geometric like this instead of like an image or a person on it. There's no reverse dust cover art, but we do have end page art. And it is much, much smaller size-wise, so it should be a quick read. It reminds me of the size of Gallant, and I don't know if Gallant was in Fairy Loot or Illumicrate last year, but it's a smaller size book. Okay, so it feels like it's a murder mystery in a fantastical city where 2 antagonists both have their reasons for wanting to find out what happened, and they have to team up with each other. And, you know, at various points, I don't think it goes very well. So there you go. Not necessarily something that would jump off at me and I would go out and purchase, but it does intrigue me. Another month, another book of the month. Giant box. Yes, I did get 5 again because they have such a long backlist. The ironic thing is, last month, March, I wanted just about every book on the list. This month, I wanted none of them, really. So I picked from the backlist, and that worked out just fine. You'll see in a future clip when it arrives, my Aardvark book club box. Apparently you can't pick from the backlist, and I didn't like any of their April picks. But anyway, well, not that I didn't like them, I just wasn't motivated for them. So I don't remember what I categorized as my pick for this month because I believe these are all backlist and or add-ons. So I think this was the one that I did. This is Don't Cry For Me by Daniel Black. This is originally a February 2022 book. This book is a black father makes amends with his gay son through letters written on his deathbed in this wise and penetrating novel of empathy and forgiveness. So there's that one. Next is another non-fiction read, and it's shorter, so I may try to squeeze that in this month for Romathon, and that is Emily Ratajkowski's, I knew how to say that once upon a time, My Body. So this is her memoir, and this was originally an add-on because it says essays. So whenever it says categories, that means it wasn't a pick for the month. It was just one of their special add-ons that you can get at any time. And then we have one that I have heard about before. I didn't realize it was this thick, but totally fun. But I have been looking forward to that one. And this is The Girl with the Lauding Voice by Abby Daré. This says, Abby Daré's powerful and extraordinarily moving debut sings from the page in a voice you won't soon forget. I was hoping that it would tell me something about the book. So Aduni is a 14-year-old Nigerian girl who knows what she wants, an education. And so, okay, featuring a remarkable, unforgettable heroine, Daré's incredible debut novel is a heartbreaking coming-of-age story that vividly captures a young woman's courageous struggle for the right to choose her own freedom. I'm actually really excited about this one. Another one that I got, even though I don't know if this author's writing style is going to be for me, I have her other book, her much larger book, on my 23 and 23 list, and I got it at the Strand. But I have heard really good things about this book from people whose reading tastes are similar to mine, and that is Piranesi by Susanna Clarke. I have heard this is a very weird book and you don't want to know the synopsis going in, so I'm not going to read the synopsis. And then the last one is one that I have considered multiple times purchasing when I'm out and I see it on the shelves. I just never have done it, and so I saw there was a Book of the Month edition. So I purchased it. I have read one other of this author's work, and I think it might have been his debut, but I don't know for sure. And that was The Underground Railroad by Colson Whitehead. So I have Harlem Shuffle, and I'm assuming this takes place at some point during the Harlem Renaissance. And I believe that Colson Whitehead uses magical realism. I know he did in The Underground Railroad, but I don't know if he does that in all of his books. So, okay, so he's a Pulitzer Prize winner. That's really cool. A gloriously entertaining novel of heists, shakedowns, and ripoffs set in Harlem in the 1960s. So it is set in Harlem, but about 40 years later than I thought it was. I actually hadn't read any of what this book was about before purchasing it or thinking about purchasing it. I just had a really good experience with the other novel that I have read by him. So there you go. There are the 4 books that I have purchased. I think 3 out of the 5 are from authors of color and star characters of color, which I like that percentage. So this is my March. No, I know what month it is. April Book of the Month haul. Okay, I am back with the next unboxings. I have 2 of them. Both of them are single book unboxings, but one of them has been a very, very long time coming. I'm not going to start with that one though. I'm going to start with my Aardvark box, and this one I was a little bummed with just because they do not let you choose a past month, but the way that they have it set up, probably because they're new, I guess, is that you have to choose one of this month's books. And I really like the design of the cover. It's not necessarily something that would draw me initially, but this is Death of a Bookseller. This is more of a thriller, I believe, so they've got the Aardvark in there, and then the symbol there. So this book brings together, it's like a lit-fic murder mystery sort of thing, I think, if I remember. A disaffected bookseller develops a dangerous obsession in this dark and twisty debut. So there's, I think the bookseller is obsessed with true crime. She listens to a lot of true crime podcasts. And then another bookseller comes in, and the main character doesn't want to develop any sort of friendship or anything with her, but some things go wrong, and hence we have this book. Is it necessarily something I would pick up right away? No, and it also has an odd smell, but I don't know if that's my house or the book. It's the book. It smells something somewhat like noodles, which is odd. But anyway, that's this book. Now the one that I'm really excited for, that has finally come. Yep, I finally have my Trust of the Emerald Sea. I am so excited. Yes, this was the January box that I'm just now getting. And for some reason, I thought it was just the book that was gonna come in the 1st, 4th, 7th, and 9th months. But no, you get some other items that come with it, including, the thing that clued me into this was the Cosmere box, because they said it was Cosmere character pin number 3. And I'm like, oh, okay. And here we have Vin from Mistborn Era 1. And so we have, I think, 2 other items. No, we have, oh, that's cool. A nice sticker there. Not sure where I'll put it, but I do like stickers. We've got a massive bookmark that's very shiny, Hoid. And then we've got World Hopper on the back with all of the different worlds in the Cosmere. They say this is a giant, like, oversized bookmark. I would never use something this big as a bookmark, at least not intentionally. This is, oh, this is like thick plastic. This is sturdy. I like this. And this is a Trust of the Emerald Sea bookmark. I have not read it yet, even though I've had the ebook version. And part of me is like, why didn't I just go ahead and read it? Because this special edition is so nice. I don't know if I want to read the special edition, but anyway, I haven't read it yet, but I'm going to now, which means the like 12 videos that I have on my watch later on YouTube about this book, I can finally read. So let me take the plastic off of it. It is well packaged. That's good because I have waited quite a while for this. So I've got to get into the plastic, and I'm gonna have the back of Vin's pin help me with that. I will say it was a little odd seeing Tress being blonde on that bookmark, just because the imaging of this is a silhouette, so it looks like she's dark haired. Oh, this is so pretty. All right, we ready? Here we go. In person. Trust of the Emerald Sea. It's got a quote on the back. In the middle of the ocean, there was a girl who lived upon a rock. This was not an ocean like the one you have imagined, nor was the rock like the one you have imagined. The girl, however, might be as you imagined, assuming you imagined her as thoughtful, soft-spoken, and overly fond of collecting cups. There you go. There's an intro to Hoyt storytelling. That's pretty. Now I understand the little outro thing they've had on Sanderson's video. Same on that side. Here's the inside cover. So there is, oh, that's so cool. There's artwork embedded into it. There's a dragon. Okay, I'm excited. So there we go. I finally have Tress. Okay, I'm back with another couple unboxings. I've already opened them both up to save that time. I have my comics subscription, and I have a special edition from Fairy Loot. And it's kind of funny that basically 2 days in a row I have these two special editions because they're kind of related. I'm going to take the bubble wrap off of this. Wow, these are well packaged, that's for sure. We have the Fairy Loot card because they are Fairy Loot special editions. And then here we have revealed Words of Radiance, the special editions from Fairy Loot. So excited. Yeah, my adult fantasy shelf over there, it's pretty much soon, probably, I have one complete shelf for Brandon Sanderson right now with the Way of Kings special edition. This set in front of other books. And then I have the Trust of the Emerald Sea plus 3 more that are coming, and all of the other books that he's going to be writing and publishing. Like I'm going to have the last in the Skyward series, and then next year I'm going to have the 5th in the Stormlight Archive, and I'm going to have Lost Metal when it comes out in paperback. So here's these. So they are really pretty. I like the colors on this, and they've got gilt edges there. And I think that's pretty much it with the special bits. There's still all of the, this seems even like it would be even more easy to read than my floppy paperbacks, just because they're Stormlight Archive and they're so big. But there's that. I do wonder though at the splitting, where they split it, and I know that the way that they do it, they probably split it at someplace that's logical to the story. Okay, you know, I haven't read them enough to remember where that is. But moving on to the comics subscription, I think I might have switched to the kids for this, but I don't remember. Oh, I don't think I did. Oh, this is nice and chunky. It feels like I get more for my money when they are the bigger paperbacks. The bigger comics, graphic novels, I should say. This is Belle of the Ball. This is, got the bookplate in there, which I never put in. High school senior and notorious wallflower, Hawkins has finally worked up the courage to remove her mascot head and ask out her longtime crush. So it's coming of age, high school, very pink toned. Like the whole thing. It's like it's done in pink. But that gives me yet another book that I could use for Peace Talks, because this will be a quick read. It won't be a genre read, but which means I could probably do that other comic subscription book. thinking out loud. But anyway, this is, let's see. I'll have to see whether First Second is indie or not, but I think a lot of the comics are going to be indie. Okay, so I'm back with another unboxing, but this is a little unusual. So apparently Owlcrate does their like random half-off sales a lot through the year, or maybe they just did it again. And did I buy more books? Yes, yes I did. This is the little Owlcrate pin. I kept trying to remove it from my basket because I don't need another one, but they wouldn't let me remove it. So this is getting donated. Now, I wanted to get The Grace of Wild Things that I read because that was one of their most recent ones, but that one was not available. I guess on the next restock, I'm gonna look for that one. My guess is that it wasn't available because it was so new. Okay, I'm going to start with this unexpected box. I thought I was just getting a book. What I tend to do is I tend to get more of the middle grades, their Owlcrate Junior books, because I have no interest in the box. It's designed for a younger audience, so I would not use any of those items, but I am interested in the books. Now, I don't remember what this one is because clearly I didn't realize it was a box. Oh, okay. Now I remember. I don't know why this one came in a box because it's literally just the book in the box, but I believe this was a special, like an add-on, because they must have done the first of these, and I was thinking when I got this that it would be completing the series, but it's the middle of the trilogy. But I really enjoyed the first book, and now I have a special edition of Wings of Shadow, which is book 2 in the Crown of Feathers series. It's got block sprayed edges and nothing under the dust cover. So, I mean, that's the exclusive bit of it, is the sprayed edges. I didn't get it for the exclusiveness. I got it because it was half off, but it is also signed. A lot of these are signed. So I'm gonna go, I'm not gonna tell you the synopsis of this because this is the second in the series. By the time this video goes at my tax return book haul, whatever I called that video has gone up. These books I used some of that money for as well, but I obviously am not including it in that video because they've just come now. So next we have This Poison Heart by Kailyn Barron. I talked about this in my SEASL video because this is one of those books. Got some foiling on the dust cover, and we do have reverse dust cover art. So if I like this, I will now own it. Hopefully this will be one of my successes from that project. The next one I kept seeing a lot of different places, and I'm intrigued and I want to read more diversely, and this is Skin of the Sea by Natasha Bowen. Basically black mermaids. It is gilded edges, and then we've got unique end pages. I believe I saw a signature in there. Yes, it is signed, and whoop, I dropped it, but it also has reverse dust cover art and glossy printed cover. This is a nice one, and I got it for like $9. And then the other book that is not middle grade that I got just in time for Peace Talks for Romathon, which have already happened by the time this goes up, is the Extraordinary graphic novel, which is, I don't know if there's more than one of them or not, but I wasn't interested in necessarily purchasing it at list price, sticker price, but getting it half off, yeah, I'll take that. And it'll be another book, and it'll be my genre because I'm definitely counting it as sci-fi. Now we come to the middle grade books. When I saw this first one, I thought, didn't I already put that on the list or see that somewhere? I did. I put it on the list on Book Outlet, but then I saw it on the Owlcrate list, decided to go ahead and get it because it was half off, and that is Fenris and Mott by Greg Van Eekut, I think is how you pronounce that. Basically, this girl encounters this dog, rescues him, I think, but then gets involved in Norse mythology because it turns out that the dog is Fenris, the Norse god. I don't think there's anything special on here. Oh, yeah, there is. Cute. Oh, that's an adorable reverse dust cover art. I read about all of them and I am obviously intrigued about all of them to different levels, but I definitely want to step up my middle grade game, which seems a little odd now that I teach high school, but I like middle grade and I want to be able to write about it, do more reviews and advocate and etc. So next we have J.R. Silver Writes Her World. And basically it's one of those stories where when she writes, she can change the world. She has a little bit of magic. I like that idea. Let's see if there's anything underneath. For this one, the reader letter is actually bound in. So this looks like it's a retelling sort of both Viking and like Beowulf stories because it involves Grendel. And she, the main character, is descended from them and goes to a magical school and ends up in Minnesota. And something is awakening. It is signed. We've got an imprint of The Last Shadow Warrior, the title, on the cover. I realized I just didn't say it until and then. Anyway, okay, we've got another make-believe scenario coming real in this one, and that is Map Maker by Lisa Moore Ramey, the author of A Good Kind of Trouble. I've read that from her. It's really good. In this, the main character loves to create this map world, and then it starts to come to life. I really like that idea. And of course, there's a map in it. And we've got reversed desk cover art. I keep saying that wrong, but I love the artist on these middle grade reverse dust cover art. It's a lot more enjoyable. Okay, so this looks like it is Middle Eastern Islamic mythology that the two siblings get involved in, and I think it's the younger brother ends up touching something or messing with something that he shouldn't, puts everybody under a sleep curse, and they have to save the world, basically. A lot of these are similar, but it is signed, and I like that orange, the orange and blue. We have 3 more books. Okay, this one looks really, really intriguing. I think this is going to be a really good book. I have read Counting by Sevens by Holly Goldberg Sloan. Really good neurodiversity rep in that. In this book, The Elephant in the Room, the mother has to travel back to Turkey. I don't know why. It doesn't say in here. She thinks it'll be short, quick paperwork, turnaround, etc. But it's not as easy as it seems. And so it's a tale about family separation. I think this is going to be a good one. Okay, so this is a middle grade debut of an author that has written a fantasy series that I've heard a lot about on BookTube, but I've never read. The author is Laura Sebastian. This book is Into the Glades. This is pure fantasy. The family lives in this swamp, basically. It's a magical home they've always loved, but then a relative, a father, somebody close to them dies, and some sort of curse is unleashed on their home, and it's no longer safe and home-like for them, and they have to fix it. Okay, so I'm not sure if this next one is sci-fi or not, but it's sort of like this traveling amusement park called Futureland. And it comes to Atlanta, where Cam, I believe that's his name, the main character, really wants to go, but then something doesn't go quite right, and they have to save it. So there we go. Futureland, Battle for the Park by H.D. Hunter. That is a massive haul of books that I am really excited about. Yes. Did I buy more books? Did I need them? No. No one needs as many books as I have. Will I take them for sure? Oh yes. Okay, I'm here with the last unboxing of the month. One still hasn't come, and I'm wondering if I will need to once again send an email to customer service asking about the shipment, and that is Blacklit. But not gonna worry about that now. I am going to, however, unbox Caffeine and Legends. So I realized I hadn't gotten any shipping update from them, and then I went and checked my charges. Somehow I didn't subscribe to them. Somehow I just bought a one-off box, and I thought I subscribed and went, oops. So I did the one-off box for April and then definitely subscribed for May. So I think those come earlier in the month. Caffeine and Legends. I do know what the book is because another subscription service or something had this book available as like a special edition or something. And I just wanted to double check. So obviously I didn't do that other one. We have a recipe card with apple pie, iced coffee or tea. I don't really do iced coffee, but it looks cool. And then we have easy baked apple pie. Interesting time of year for that. Bound by Good Intentions is the spoiler card. Oh, this is so cute. It's always okay to buy more books. I like these socks. So second box from Caffeine and Legends, already winning. I love those socks because yes, it's always okay to buy more books. And then we have, interesting, this is very unique packaging. So this is Twin Engine Coffee. Honey Bear, I think, is the flavor. This is a more, it's like one of those pieces that keeps it in shape. I bet if I wiggled at it, it would come off, but I'm not going to. So this is naturally sweet, balanced, and exquisite from Nicaragua. That looks really cool. Okay, and now for the book. This is interesting. It's not the book that I thought it was. And it is a paperback. It's got a signed book plate. Oh no, it is the one I was thinking of. The one, it's not the one I was that I referenced, but I had looked it up before. The one I referenced, I think, is May, I believe. I'll have to look that up. Anyway, this, to me, I'm trying to think of what to comp it to, and I can't, oh, maybe Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, but this is The Fairy Bargain of Prospect Hill. There is no magic on Prospect Hill or anywhere else for that matter, but just on the other side of the veil is the world of the Fae. Generations ago, the first farmers learned to bargain small trades to make their lives a little easier. A bit of glass to find something lost, a cup of milk for better layers in the chicken coop. I was thinking layers at first and then I realized what kind of layers they meant there. Much of that old wisdom was lost as the riverboats gave way to the rail lines and the farmers took work at mills and factories. Elaine Fairborn's family, however, was always superstitious, and she still hums the rhymes to ensure dry weather on her sister's wedding day. When Delphine, I guess her sister, confides that her new husband is not the man she thought he was, Elaine will stop at nothing to help her sister escape him. Small bargains buy them time, but the price for true freedom may be more than they're willing to pay. Nettle and Bone is the thing that I was thinking of, comped to. Not based on the synopsis except for that last bit, but what I was reading about it before, I was thinking more of Nettle and Bone, and if you know that book, that's what I was thinking of with this. So I am excited because I really enjoyed Nettle and Bone. Hopefully this one is just as good. There you have my April unboxings. And I don't know if I'm gonna keep calling them by the month because the way that I do things and the way that they arrive, it actually lasts over 2 months. Who knows? Maybe I'll still call them that. Thanks so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one.